pressure. She sacked him. A great bull rush by Chris Jones.
When it gets tough, you know, he's going to be there battling. Players appreciate it.
The Chiefs put the hammer down with a 34-yard touchdown pass. The 10, still not down. Oh, what a run out of this world. Ball up to 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Well, what did you want, Chiefs Kingdom? You wanted a conference builder, you wanted a blowout, you got all of that. Blackened in the oval, all of the above. The Chiefs destroy the Bears 41-10. We haven't had a lot of these kind of games. It was kind of nice to have one today.
Yeah, it was. That was a lot of fun here today. Really the perfect game for the Chiefs in all three phases. A complete three-phase dominant victory here today for the Chiefs. Just a complete effort. That's exactly what we wanted to see from all three phases.
27-point second quarter. Took it from 7-0 to 34-0 at halftime. It was great to see McKinnon get involved. This was like the second half of the 2022 season to see McKinnon be such a weapon in the red zone.
Yeah, 2 touchdown catches for McKinnon in this game. If you had Jarek on your fantasy team and stuck with him here today, you were rewarded. And he helped this offense overall just have an awesome, incredible day. I mean, overall, 41 straight points to open the game, 456 yards of total offense. They were 10 of 14 on third down and 5 for 5 in the red zone. And, of course, Jarek had 2 of those red zone touchdowns.
And to run the ball in this game, Pacheco ends up with a touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire finds the end zone once again. It's been a long time since Clyde has tasted the sweet nectar, but this team ran for over 150 yards in this game at 4.1 a clip, and it didn't include like a whole bunch of scramble yardage by Mahomes. That was a good sign.
Yeah, we saw great balance in this game. The Chiefs really could do whatever they wanted on offense, and that included what they wanted to do in the running game. Pacheco finished this game with 15 rushes for 62 yards and a touchdown. At one point, though, in the first half, because you kind of have to throw out everything in the second half because the game was over, Pacheco was averaging over 7 yards per carry. That'll work.
That will work. And so will Mahomes, going over 25,000 yards in career passing. He does so in his 83rd game. He shatters the record by 7 games. Matthew Stafford had the other, he had the record.
Unbelievable stuff from QB1. He had a great day today. He's 24 of 33 for 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. The Chiefs punt on their opening drive, but after that, Mahomes led scoring drives on his next 7 possessions, including 5 touchdown drives. What a game from Patrick Mahomes.
Let's take that punt, okay? 0-0, a 55-yard punt that goes out of bounds at the 3. That's Tommy Townsend being a weapon. And then Montrell Washington, who you didn't know about, and because the Chiefs elevated him off the practice squad last night. With the Broncos last year, I love what he did today, a 23-yard punt return that set stuff up.
Yeah, he was solid, and no mistakes from Montreal Washington. It wasn't an adventure back there in the punt return game. That was great to see. You're right, though, after the Chiefs' initial punt, the defense was great in this game, where right away, Drew Tranquil and George Karlaftis combined for a sack on third down. The Chiefs' offense got the ball right back. That was an important sequence in the game that's kind of forgotten when it's 41-10. But early on, the defense set the tone in this game, picked up the offense initially, and the offense then ran with it.
We're going to talk more about the defense, but now let's go to the podium.
All right. As far as injuries go, really Prince is the only one to mention right now with a left quad. Everybody else finished the game and did okay. Defensively, listen, I'm proud of our guys. They played their hearts out on defense. We had some great individual efforts between McDuffie. Seemed like he was all over the field. Edwards got his first interception off a read tip. So, and then the D-line, I thought, played well. Spags had a phenomenal game plan. And the guys were flying around, as did the other coaches that were involved with it. Offensively, you know, we got things rolling, and that's a plus against a defense, you know, that banged up a little bit. But our guys did a nice job with that, and whether it was Patrick with his stats that were phenomenal, Pacheco, McKinnon had a couple TDs, Rice, Rasheed showed up and did a nice job. Matt Nagy again, and the offensive coaches put together a very nice game plan, and then special teams contribute. So really all 3 phases got involved. Again, Dave and Andy put together their game plan there. But it was good to see this Montreal Washington. You know, we haven't seen him do his thing here, and so he went out and got a couple nice returns, and I thought did a good job. Looked very secure with the ball there. So all in all, a good win. You know, my hat goes off to the Bears. Like I told the guys in there, they played 4 hard quarters. I mean, there's, you know, Matt's he's got a few guys banged up, but the guys played hard. So, anyways, with that, time's yours.
You mentioned another strong effort defensively. Are there reasons why maybe you're ahead defensively and where maybe you thought you'd be this time of year?
Well, yeah, I didn't think the last part of that question, but I thought we'd be where we are. I just playing well. The young guys, I think, have done a nice job. You know, Reed's he's one more year in it and is comfortable. You saw what Edwards did, but the young guys are better. I mentioned it during training camp that the zones are tighter and man coverage is better, and you know we're getting the young rushers up there. They're doing a better job, and linebacker position strong. I mean, Bolton didn't play today. Drew stepped in and I thought did a heck of a job. So. Willie pushed himself through and played, and you know, I just I think it's an overall effort there, just of guys going through that growth process. But I'm proud of them and how they're playing. They're playing hard and aggressive. The thing is, you know, Adam, I mean, you got to do it every week. So you got to make sure that you prepare and have yourself mentally ready to go every week.
Some of the offensive numbers that you mentioned, is there certain stuff that you saw out there today that was put an emphasis because the last 2 weeks that
Yeah, you know, last week we had like over 400 yards, and we were shooting ourselves in the foot with some of the penalties, and we cut down on that a bit. I think, you know, I checked out at all the looks that our right tackle got called on today, and I'm seeing it on both sides of the ball. I'm seeing it with our left tackle. I mean, I'm not. He might be being picked on just a little bit here, but I felt today. I thought they did a good job the week before, but today I thought it was too much. I mean, you know, I wasn't seeing it, but you know, still we got to keep working on that and get through this.
Why did you take him out then if you didn't think it was on him today?
Well, I subbed out some guys, just you know, and he also got hit in the mouth and he's got a little cut in there that wasn't feeling too good. And he'll be fine, though. I mean, he's not. I'm trying to hide that from you, Adam.
You seemed pretty confident at the end of the week that if Nick couldn't go, Drew was going to step in and do pretty well. But you actually had to play the game without Nick, and Drew hasn't been in the defense for as long. What was good about what he did today for you, being able to make all the calls with just a short amount of time? Yeah, he's a smart kid. So I thought he got in there and did a nice job of with the calls, lining guys up.
I haven't seen the tape on it, but it looked like he did a pretty nice job for the most part. So, but you know, he's a good player. He was good. We competed against him all these years, so I mean, he's a good football player. We knew that.
How valuable is it that you guys have 3 running backs that you can kind of turn to where you need them?
Yeah, I thought all 3. I didn't even mention Clyde. I mean, Clyde, I thought played great. He went in the second series, and we worked him in throughout. And I mean, to have those 3 guys, I think is great. And then he finished the game, and we needed that. We needed to get that last first down and just take that knee right there, and he went and got it.
What do you think of just your perspective on Patrick's rollout play to Justin Watson there? He's on the pocket and finds him on kind of those scramble.
Yeah, he did a good job with that. He all the way around. He played a good game. I mean, I've got the 24 for 33. That's not a bad day, you know. So he's. I always say this: we're lucky to have him, and City of Kansas City is lucky to have him, and so on. So he's a heck of a player.
Anything else? Last one, Adam.
Andy, sorry in advance for this question, but
That's all right.
meet Taylor Swift?
You know what? I've met her before. Adam, I set him up. I just leave you with that.
So welcome back here to our Chiefs Rewind. The Chiefs blow out the Bears 41-10 to go to 2-1. Let's talk more about the defense and what they've been able to do That's why that late garbage touchdown. I'm thinking the Chiefs are only going to give up 2 offensive touchdowns in 3 games. It'd be the talk of the league. But it starts, I think, with the fact no Nick Bolton, but they were able to contain Justin Fields. Really, the approach this week by Steve Spagnuolo was to treat the Bears as the 2022 Bears. Keep Fields contained, and for the most part, that's what they did today.
Well, Justin Fields is an electric player with the ball in his hands. There's no doubt about that. We saw a big run from him early in this game, but after that, he really never got going. And this defense was so good making sure they were corralling him, as you mentioned. Really didn't let him get outside the pocket and make big plays with his legs. I mentioned earlier that big sack by Drew Tranquill and George Karlaftis on 3rd down early in the game. I thought that really set the tone for this defense. You know, we don't have Nick Bolton here today, but Justin Fields is not going to have a big game. We talked about it early on Field Pass before the game. We think Justin Fields running the football is going to be an emphasis area for the Bears, and they'll also try to use that great tandem they have at running back for this offense, but they tried doing it. It really didn't work because this defense consistently found ways to stop this Bears offense. No points allowed until early in the 4th quarter. That'll work.
Or how about this? The Bears went over 18 minutes without a first down. In the National Football League, that's almost unheard of.
Well, the Chiefs allowed 4 first downs in the entire first half, and just 75 yards of offense for Chicago on their first 6 drives. The Chiefs' offense was the story of this game for so many reasons, but don't forget about the performance of this defense. They were outstanding.
Let's talk about a couple more defenders. Mike Dana gets a sack later. When he moves inside right now, he's hard to block against the run or against the pass. He's really a sneaky guy in what he gets done. He, again, was very impactful today, either on pressure on Fields or defending the run.
Well, go back and watch Defending the Kingdom from the middle of the week, our podcast. We had Mike Dana on the show, and he mentioned Justin Fields is a Buckeye. I'm a Wolverine. I went to Michigan. I want to get after Justin Fields in this game, and he did. It was a beautiful thing.
And Trent McDuffie's a Washington Husky, so he doesn't enter that, but again, what he is able to do, he pokes the ball out again to get a fumble recovery for Willie Gay Jr., but that's his 2nd forced fumble now, defending enemy territory. Then he goes inside and makes a defensive play to prevent a touchdown late. I mean, Trent McDuffie right now doesn't have an interception yet. Coverage, playing the run, poking the ball out, is becoming an impact defender.
He is a budding star in this league. Trent McDuffie having an outstanding sophomore season so far. We also talked about him on a Field Pass before the game, and I mentioned how Chris Jones right now is Pro Football Focus's #1 ranked player on the Chiefs defense in terms of his grade. Well, Trent McDuffie was #2 coming into this game. That grade's only going up after this performance here today.
And the Gabbert 2 interceptions late. The other thing I don't like about that is it skews the giveaway takeaway, because the defense today with 2 takeaways in this game. Mike Edwards gets the interception. I thought he was going to get a pick 6 because, you know, he's a pick 6 machine, but a deflection by Justin Reed, who made a great play, and then to get the interception. But to get those takeaways defensively, this defense is really starting to feel itself.
And it really ended the game in the first half, because at one point it's 14-0. Okay, the Bears conceivably could overcome that, but really in the final 3 minutes of the first half, the Chiefs get those 2 takeaways and score a bunch of points, and at that point you knew the game was over. So great from this defense to really shut the door, really make sure the Bears couldn't get any momentum going at all going into halftime.
The other thing I'd like to mention is the interior 3 of the offensive line. Joe Tooney left guard, Creed Humphrey at center, who's going to be on the Kingdom tomorrow night. By the way, if you want to join us, if you're in the area at Lee Summit. And then the right guard, Trey Smith. Those guys, they were coming after it today. And that run game, you could see those guys making sure that was going to happen.
It was all about setting the tone throughout the game, both in the run game and in the pass game, making sure Patrick Mahomes was not really scrambling for his life much at all in this game. He was able to carve up the Chicago secondary, but due in part to the fact that he had time in the pocket.
Let's get more reaction as the Chiefs win it 41-10.
All right.
Eric, you got your score today, and then I saw when Clyde scored. You were the first one out there just to congratulate. How tight is the running back room, and how much do you guys play off of each other?
Man, super tight. Y'all already know this. But we said it all week. You know, we was trying to go for a hat trick. Everybody get a touchdown. Runs got called early. Plays got called early for us, and we just maximized the opportunity.
Eric, you guys were facing a team that had some struggles. And they coming in the right frame of mind, maybe. How important was it for you guys to put your foot on their neck early and take all the life out of the offensive side?
Well, that's a tough team. They fought all 4 quarters, and you know, obviously they had a lot going on, you know, within their own team. But you know, we wanted to get back to doing what we do best, and that was being the Kansas City Chiefs. Offensive-wise, you know, the first 2 weeks we didn't look too sharp. So we got challenged by the coaches. We challenged ourselves, and we came out today and got off on the right track.
Much more balance today. I mean, did you appreciate the fact that you guys got much more involved in the game early on?
especially with the run plays didn't, of course, pay off the scores.
Of course, but overall, just more excited at the execution. Whether it's run, pass. I feel like in previous weeks we just lacked execution. Today we came out, we executed, converted a good amount of third downs, and was able to keep drives sustained.
Jared, it's probably too early in the season to say the offense needed a day like this, but does this offense, did you feel like it was good to have based on the previous 2 weeks?
It's definitely a step in the right direction. But the thing about this team is we're never satisfied. So it's going to be another challenge next week. Challenge by the coaches, challenge the team, and then challenge within ourselves. So we're ready for the opportunity.
Can you take us through your touchdowns?
Which one?
First one first, second one second.
Coach Reed put in a couple plays for me. So when I heard the personnel, I already knew what was going on. It was just a matter of execution. The first one that got handed off to Scott all week in practice, so I had a feeling I was going to get in the game. But like I said, it's just a great collective effort. Played great on defense today. Special teams played great today. It's all around just 3 phases. Just collectively played great.
Seemed like a lot of inspiration with those dances you guys had. Walk us through some of those.
Man, we just be clowning at practice, so it's a little stuff in the works, but we just out there having fun with it, man. That's what it's all about. At the same time, it's a job. It's what we do. We want to win, but at the same time, we want to have fun with it. So I think that was the energy today, man. Everybody just have fun, let loose, forget about what happened, man. Just come out and play football.
How much fun is it to watch that defense operate? They didn't give up any points for you.
It was great. We know what kind of defense we have. They played lights out the first 2 weeks, and then today they just kept it going. So we expect big things out of them this year. They got a lot of playmakers on that side of the ball, and anytime we need to play, we know we trust them, and they're gonna come up with one.
Good. All right, thank you.
Chiefs win at 41-10 and blow out Chicago. You thought Mike Trout was the most famous guy from Vineland, New Jersey. No, it's this guy, Isaiah Pacheco. Let's just talk about getting back into the end zone and how good that felt.
Oh, it felt awesome. Haven't been in there since the Super Bowl. So today was an amazing day for the RBs and for the unit.
Let's talk about running the ball, because this was a good day running the ball. What was the key there?
It started in the practice, I'll say. The mentality up front, the guys, the bigs, just being able to feed them from the running back room, being able to feed them the bigs, pressing it, staying patient, and hitting the hole. That comes with practice, and it felt like practice today.
It was awesome to see it. What about just getting on a roll and gaining some confidence in every phase of the offense?
Like I said before, practice and having the ups and downs. It comes with it. For us, just eliminating distractions and focusing on the coaches and the tasks that we have to get in the end zone.
You guys, let's talk about the RB room, because it feels like a tag team. You guys tag out, tag in, and everybody does their job. What about everybody today?
Everybody did an amazing job, especially the coach, TP, of getting us in, getting us whoever's fresh to get in. For us as running backs, just whoever's in the game, don't matter, building the energy, cheering them on, so whoever's in, you get the same mentality and the same competition.
We love the touchdowns. We love the rushing yards, but watch this video. Your blitz pickup early in the game opens the door for a big pass play. What about that?
Hey, I was dialed in. That's what it takes. Last line of defense, and that's my job. Hey, so guy came free. For me, I had to dial in because you can't let anybody through the line free. It wasn't my man, but that's my job. Last line of defense, I was able to step up and get a little shot in to help Pat deliver the ball.
Let's get a little classroom session here. You're in the protection call, but walk us through that. Like, that's not your guy, but you have a split second to react.
Hey, so we got Mike Even here. So if I got 2 guys that come off the right, I'm staying in. 1 guy come off the left, I'm staying in. Nobody came. I was about to get out. A guy came through, free guy. That's my man. Last line of defense, I'm hitting him, getting a shot in, help Pat, whoever's back there, to let that thing go.
Final question, and you and I talked about this at camp, and that's the RBs in the receiving game. What about that and how that's growing?
Hey, we've been a big part of the offense, and that comes with practice and the mentality of having the offensive drive to keep rolling. You never know what happens. We got Pat, these scrambles, and, whatever window's open, find it, go get open, go get it.
Watch his blitz pick up. It's my most exciting play of the game. Way to go, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
The pop, Isaiah Pacheco.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was. He actually was just supposed to have an over route, and how they disrupted the two guys that were the first two options. It just kind of opened up down the field, and I was just trying to find a way to get, because I was supposed to be on the move, and I got kind of caught up in the middle there, and I was just trying to find a way to get it to him. And I mean, it was a heck of a way of tracking the football, staying in bounds, and making a tough catch. I have a lot of confidence in Jay Watt, man, and he makes a lot of plays and a lot of big moments.
It's obviously a staple of your offense is making something out of nothing. I haven't seen as much of that in the first 2 weeks. Does it feel good to kind of
Yeah, no, it always feels good to kind of get the whole offense going. I mean, obviously, the first 2 weeks, we just kind of have been out of rhythm. We haven't kind of got drives and sustained drives going. And so just to not have those killer penalties and to kind of get the offense moving in the right direction. And then all that other stuff kind of comes with it. So I was proud of the guys today. Still little things here and there we can tweak, but it was a step in the right direction.
Yeah, it looked like you got rolled up on. Just how'd you make it through the game physically?
Yeah, I made it fine. Like I would have been fine to play the rest of the game. I think if anything, it kind of scared me more, just being that ankle, and so it scared me a little bit more. We taped it up, and then I was able to go.
Patrick, the balance you guys had, especially getting the running backs involved, just how happy were you to see them get involved, get their touchdowns as well? Just that's an overall part of it.
Yeah, it was important for us. Not only for me, but I think for the offensive line and for how teams are playing. That's what those zone coverages. We're going to have to run the football, and so to be able to get those guys going downhill, making the run plays, it opens up everything else. And I talked about it a little bit there after the game, but when the run game gets going, that's when the offense gets going, and people see the high flying, they see the throws and stuff like that. But that physicality that you have in the run game, that's what takes the offense over the top. And so I was glad we were able to get that going.
Patrick, Andy mentioned that he thought maybe today Juwan was getting picked on a little bit by the officials. He said it seemed lining up stuff all around the league. What was your view of that today on the couple things?
Yeah, it's wild to me. I mean, when you go back and look at the tablet and they're both in the exact same spot, I don't understand it. It's hard because he's playing great football and he's getting these penalties thrown on him. And I mean, I know it's hard to be to officiate. But I watch a lot of tape, and he's no deeper than any other tackle in the league. I mean, there's other guys that are even further back than he is. So it's crazy to see, and hopefully it kind of calms down as the season goes on. But I mean, he's making adjustments, and it seems like even with his adjustments, they're not good enough, I guess.
Patrick, last time you played this team, you famously counted to 10, representing the people that were drafted in front of you. Is this something that's still in your mind, despite all the stuff you've accomplished since then, when you play a team like the Bears?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's still in my mind, but I like beating them for sure.
Hey, what makes Jerick McKinnon such a weapon in the passing game? He's got 10 touchdowns the last 9.
Yeah, he has great feel of finding the end zone. My daughter's just yelling. He has great feel of finding the end zone. He's a veteran player. I've always talked about that. He knows how to get himself open and get those yards and get into the end zone. And so. Obviously, we had more success in moving the ball and getting into the red zone, but I mean, he's a guy that can play all around the field, but it seems like when he gets in the red zone, he gets in the end zone.
Did you see his drum major touchdown celebration on the first one, and do you have any critique of it?
I didn't. I don't know if I saw the first one. I saw the second one when he was high stepping down the sideline, and I had to stop because I was like, he's going to go the full length. And so he's a great football player. And the celebrations are. I don't get told the celebrations beforehand, so I'm always just kind of chasing everybody else.
Patrick, I know there's a new fan out there. You probably see it on your phone after the game. Just what do you think about all the hoopla surrounding that with Mrs. Swift here watching the games?
Yeah, I mean, she's a pop star. She's a tremendous singer, tremendous at everything she does, and I haven't got to meet her. But I mean, I guess if she ends up being with Travis, then I'll probably get to meet her at some point. So it seems like a good person. So hopefully I get to meet her one day.
Did you know she was going to be here? Did you tell anyone that?
Yeah, but he told me at like the last minute. But there's some things with Trav where he kind of just says it, and you're like, you don't know if it's true or not. He says it so calmly. I mean, I remember one time he was like, "Hey, I'm going to go to one of the World Series or one of the playoff baseball games." And I'm like, "You said it so randomly," and then he just went, and I was just like, "But the same thing." That was like Friday. He was just like, "Yeah, I think she's coming to the game today," and then just moved about his business. I mean, to the game this weekend, and moved about his business. So you're kind of like, I guess that just happens. I guess so. I don't know. It's just Travis.
You got 25,000 yards level today. I know you're not big on those kind of stats, but just what are your thoughts about doing that?
Yeah, it's cool. It really is cool. I don't think about that stuff, but to do it at Arrowhead, throwing it to Travis, who's got a lot of those yards. I mean, it's a tremendous honor to be a part of this organization and be able to do stuff like that at this stadium. It'll be stuff I remember the rest of my life. I did not get the ball. I don't know where Travis did with it, so we'll have to get the 50,000 that faster than everybody else, and we'll get that one.
All right, thank you.
The Chiefs win at 41-10 and blow out the Bears. When Nick Bolton was ruled out for the game, there knew to be even more responsibility put on this guy, Drew Tranquill. What about the additional responsibility you had in this game?
Well, we know how great of a player, Nick Bolton is and what he means to this team and this organization. And obviously, Spags' defense is not the easiest to call. And so I was just trying to do my best job out there to get our guys lined up and playing fast. We got a lot of really good players, and when we can get our cleats in the grass, we got a good chance to play great.
How much did you guys go back into 2022 mode when you looked at defending Justin Fields today?
Yeah, it's been interesting through the first two games. I mean, they did a lot more drop back pass than they really did in 2022. So our coaches did a great job of projecting what they thought we might see. And we saw a lot of those quarterback design runs, those zone reads, those seal bluffs. And so they did a great job of preparing us, and we did a sound job for the most part.
And what was the key there of staying disciplined for not only you but everybody else? I mean, you saved some big plays in this game.
You just try to play disciplined football, and you try to do it for 4 quarters. I love the comment Spags made at halftime. He said, let's play team greedy football. And what he meant by that was, you get a big lead, guys can start hunting stats, they can start hunting sacks, playing on disciplined football. And I think, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, and Spags does an incredible job of keeping us focused where we need to be focused. And he did that again today for us, and we were able to come out and play good second half football.
Angry, were you? I could smell the shutout, man. I could smell a 41-0. How angry they got to get the garbage scores.
Yeah, it's tough going down there and shutting a team out. They get paid too. There are a lot of really good players on that roster, and to shut a team out in the NFL is very, very hard to do. They made some good plays there down the stretch to get some points on the board. Credit their defense for getting those turnovers. And, they were able to get some run plays there in the fourth quarter, but we just got to keep stacking days, man, getting better.
And how much confidence did you guys build today? And it's front, middle, back. That's like everybody's contributing here. And how big is that for you guys as you move forward?
I think, when you talk about building confidence, it's each and every day you're just dropping in the bucket, making deposits. And I think it starts in practice. It continues on the field. And we just got to keep getting better and better. You can't go up and then come down, and then you can't be that kind of defense. We got to be a consistent, steady defense. And that's how we're going to win another championship here.
One thing people don't realize is this crowd was so great today, right? 2 false starts on the Bears. But you guys are under duress with all that because the offense doesn't. So you're trying to make a call. How are you doing this with 76,000 people going berserk?
Well, it's super loud, and home games are challenging on a communication front for the defense. Luckily, I have my gem of a wife over here. We were going through the signals every night. The ones I didn't get, she was circling, and I was going in the next day. But, I mean, there's a lot of calls on a call sheet, and you got to have all the signals ready for all those calls. And we were able to do a little teamwork to get ready for the game this week.
What was your overall grade?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to ask Brendan Daly tomorrow.
Not that. I mean with your wife going through the signals.
A+ for her. My grade, probably like a B+. There were some I didn't get, but luckily when you mess them up earlier in the week, you have a chance to get them right later in the week. When it counts. When it counts.
And it counted today, man. 41-10 blowout. Drew Tranquill.
First through the fumble you caused, and kind of the idea of what you guys were trying to do, stopping the run today with those guys.
Yeah, stopping the run, I thought we did a great job. Coach Spags called really good defenses, kind of mixed up the looks, and I thought we had a really good week of practice. Knowing where Justin Fields is, knowing the kind of playmaker he is when he has the ball in his hands, and when it came to that fumble, knew the certain look that we gave, they might check their screen, and sure enough they did. And just made a play on it. And, man, all we do, Coach Spags over the week just talks about getting the ball out, punching and stripping it. And fortunate enough, I was able to get it out.
What do you think?
That's an emphasis, I'm sure, last year as well. But for you personally, is it more of an emphasis this year, considering all the last year?
Yeah, man, missing half the season last year definitely gave me a chip coming into this year, just in terms of just the impact that I can have with this defense. And, being able to have Coach Spags trust me on the field, not only just with knowing my assignment, but he has this thing called My Job Plus, and being able to go out there and make plays and really make an impact on the game. It's something that I'm really focused on doing this year.
How good can you guys end up being before it's all set?
Yeah, this is a young, and I keep saying this is a hungry defense, and we got a lot of guys committed to not only just the defense, but each other. And there's a big, strong brotherhood with this defense, and it's exciting to come in each and every day and work with these guys, and I feel like we are only scratching the surface, so excited for the rest of the season.
It's pretty clear that. Can you elaborate on what Spags says, My Job Plus, what he means by that?
Yeah, it's pretty much knowing your assignment each and every play, reading your keys, eye discipline, stuff like that, but it's football and things happen, and sometimes even if you're doing your job, things go the wrong way, and it's pretty much just when things do happen, when things go wrong, or just in any down and distance, being able to make the play when you're needed, and even just when you're not needed. You know, when there's a freak long break and Justin Fields ran up the field, and being able to stop him and get back on defense, it's kind of just my job plus.
It's pretty clear Chris is pretty motivated this year. What do you feel like he's doing for all three levels of the defense?
Say it one more time.
Jones, how do you feel like he's impacting all levels?
Yeah, I mean, sure, you saw him last year, 15 sacks coming off a big year. We knew that when he came in, he was going to make an impact, and it's nice as a DB to know that, you know, he's getting pressure each and every time. So when it comes to first down, second down, third down, being able to stop the run, play his gaps, get at the quarterback, he's a tremendous player, and I know I love him, and we were just goofing on the sidelines, so I'd love to be around him, but yeah, it's great to have a D-line who can get back there and get pressure.
We hear the term brotherhood a lot just amongst sports in general.
Yeah.
Putting guys together doesn't always create that.
Yeah.
What does that, how do y'all create that?
Yeah, honestly, I think it just comes to how young we are, to be honest. Knowing that you got a bunch of guys who just came in last year, who were new to the team last year, and Coach Spags was able to kind of just start off with a clean slate almost, kind of reteach the defense and put in his philosophy with all of us. And a lot of the guys bought into it, and we're like, okay, we got you, we trust you. And then, man, last year, at least as a DB in our rookie class, I can say that we were together every single day trying to teach each other the plays, just checking in on each other. So when you got guys like that where football is the main thing, but also outside of football, you know, you can rely on them. They're checking up on you. You know, you're hanging out. We're going to eat dinners on Thursdays. It's huge, and it just adds to the bond even more.
How impressive is Drew Tranquil being able to step in for an all-pro like Bolton and not miss a beat?
Yeah, it was huge. I was really excited that he was able to go out there, and, man, this defense is tough, and there's a lot of checks, and Spags puts a lot of pressure on our Mike backers, and he just rolled with the punches. I mean, throughout the week, you would have safeties, DBs. I mean, we'd be like, hey, what about this check, what do you see? And he's like, hey, guys, whatever y'all see on this defense, you let me know. And he was able to go out there and run an efficient game and came up with some big tackles and was able to command this defense really well. So I thought Drew did an amazing job today.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Is that it?
Yeah, we're done.
Man, what a day for the Chiefs. A gorgeous day weather-wise. Awesome crowd. They got 2 false starts today. That's just a feeding frenzy for them. When they get those, it's like it just gets beyond that.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And all of a sudden, they're not playing well already, and the crowd gets into it. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It's the best when this crowd's going crazy, and the offense can't hear.
It was awesome. And Andy Reid, 270 wins now combined of regular season and postseason. That puts him 4th all time. A bit of irony to do it against this team because George Holthus is one of the 3 ahead of him, the founder of the Chicago Bears. But for Andy Reid to get 270 wins, like I've said, if he's not on the Mount Rushmore of NFL all-time coaches, he's on the next Mount Melbourne.
Don't normalize this stretch of Chiefs football. Don't normalize what Coach Reid is doing right now in the NFL. He is simply one of the greatest coaches in the history of the NFL, if not the greatest coach in the history of the NFL. And he's coaching our football team for the true golden era of Chiefs football. So enjoy this because it is not normal.
And now the Chiefs will go to a place for Sunday Night Football, which really hasn't been kind to the Chiefs down through the years, as they'll go to the Meadowlands and take on the New York Jets for Sunday Night Football. A Jets team that this game looks very different than it did in August with the injury to the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. But this is still a Jets defense that held the Patriots to 15 points today. This is a very good Jet defense.
Yeah, they're a scrappy squad. It's easy to say, okay, Aaron Rodgers isn't out there. The Jets aren't very good. Their defense is tremendous. I mean, it's a Super Bowl Bowl caliber defense. So it'll be a challenge for the Chiefs. They'll have to be ready for this one, but I certainly feel pretty good about the offense for the Chiefs right now going into that game after the performance here today.
The Chiefs brimming with confidence in all three phases in a dominant win today over the Chicago Bears. He's Matt McMullen, senior team reporter. I'm Mitch Holthus, voice of the Chiefs. Get ready for Sunday Night Football in Gotham.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by CommunityAmerica Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.